right. All right. Okay. All right. Hey, everybody. AC here, and welcome back to another episode of Danny Phantom Vlogs Revisit. This time, we're talking about the episode Flirting with Disaster. This is my favorite Technis episode. This is my favorite Technis episode. I feel like this is the episode where Technis is the biggest threat he could possibly be. In this episode, Technis ends up manages to get inside of a special computer that's hooked up to a super powerful satellite in space. He needs to crack the 10,000 digit code. And once he's managed to crack it, he'll be able to access the satellite. And from there, and the satellite is so powerful that it could control every computer in the world. And so he needs to keep Danny distracted. He needs to keep Danny distracted so Danny doesn't go snooping around and figuring out what he's doing. So he starts trying to play matchmaker with Danny. He starts trying to bring him and Valerie closer together. And so everything seems to be going pretty well for Danny right now. He's getting closer to Valerie, and he's really thinking about asking her out. He's really thinking about asking her out, asking her to be his girlfriend, and then Tucker and Sam end up finding out about what Technis is doing. They warn him, and after getting some proof, he ends up believing them, and so he goes to try to stop Technis. And Technis ends up using some of the power that he had gained over the last few days as he's been cracking the code. He uses it to give Valerie a new suit and new weapons, a full-on upgrade. So she follows Danny up into space when Technis gains control of the satellite. Technis is actually taking control of all technology in the world. He's the closest any enemy has come in present day to taking over the world. So that's awesome. That shows you what a big threat he is now. So it's a three-way battle. It's a three-way battle between Danny, Valerie, and Technis, all in the depths of space. And it's just this big space battle between the three of them. Danny manages to knock Valerie out long enough for him to go and use the jetpack that he had gotten that took him into space. That was introduced earlier in the episode. And he basically overrides its energy and basically shoots it into the satellite and blows it up, destroying Technis's control over all technology in the world. And then when Valerie wakes up, she doesn't see Danny, so she flies back down to Earth with Danny being invisible, hitching a ride. Valerie does not become Danny's girlfriend and says that they should just be friends, because there's too much stuff going on in her life and she doesn't want to get him involved in it. He was prepared to give her a special class ring that his dad gave him. And since he wasn't gonna, since he can no longer give it to her, he asks Sam to hold on to it for him. And that ring is going to come into play in the series finale. And yeah, I really like this episode. This was a really good episode. I gotta say, when I first saw it, I didn't like the episode. I remember not liking this episode when I first watched it because I was a big fan of the Danny and Sam ship. I was 100% a Danny and Sam shipper. And so when I saw Valerie come in, I was like, no, get out of here. No. Because I'm like, oh, she's threatening my goth girl's position. She's threatening to take my goth girl's man away from her. So I didn't really like Valerie the first time I watched the show. But as I've gotten older, Valerie's a really cool character. I can appreciate her character a lot more than now that I'm older. And I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this episode. I think this is a really good episode, and it's by far the best Technus episode in the show. In fact, unless I'm forgetting an episode, I think this is the last episode where Technus is the main threat. I think this is the last one where he's a main threat. And if that's the case, then man, what a great episode to go out on. Like, this was him at his most fearsome, at his most threatening. Like, for a while, it actually looked like he had won. For a bit, it looked like he had won. Like, he had successfully taken over the world's technology. So that was really cool. I would give this one an A-. I would give this episode an A-. I really enjoy this episode. This is a really fun episode. But yeah, that's all I got for this episode, and that's all I'm going to be doing. That's all the episodes I'm going to be talking about today. So join me tomorrow, where I will be talking more about. I will be talking about the next few episodes. Danny Phantom vlogs are back now that all of my playthroughs are done. For now, the rest of the month is going to be me focusing on the Danny Phantom vlogs. And then once I'm done with that, then in May, I'm going to be doing Anime Season 6. And I'm so excited for that. So, hope you're all looking forward to that. I certainly am. And yeah, that's all I got. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good jazz. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.